Greetings from VASVA Engineering Group. We take this opportunity to make aware to our esteemed customer, how to get optimum project cost and design of a tender package. As it is a common practice, customer invites price quotes for various jobs such as fabrication of structure, erection of structure etc. in rupees per metric ton basis, whereas customer has provided certain quantity of work. Then after getting quotes from multiple bidders, customer makes price comparison. After arriving total value of work, the lowest bidder wins the order. Here, typically customer asks all the contractors to take electrodes, gas, in their scope. The intention of the customer is that, if the contractor doesn't use of consumables judiciously, the cost of production will go high and the consequence will be borne by the contractor. Just one example is cited here. This example is very common and all of you must be aware, but is just presented for a quick recap. Then we shall present the other example which will be more interesting for our esteemed customer. For example, there is a work opportunity of first one, that is fabrication of structure, 340 metric ton, second one fabrication of plate work 125 metric ton and erection of structure 465 metric ton. 3 contractors quote their price. For example, for first item fabrication of structure, Contractor 1 quotes 16,700 rupees per metric ton, Contractor 2 quotes 16,900 rupees per metric ton and Contractor 3 quotes 17,800 rupees per metric ton. Then the value of work is calculated as rupees 56 lakh and 78,000 for Contractor 1, rupees 57 lakh and 46,000 for Contractor 2, and rupees 60 lakh and 52,000 for Contractor 3. Similarly, the value of other 2 jobs, that is fabrication of plate work and erection of structure, is calculated. Now the total value is calculated for all the 3 contractors, and it is found that Contractor 1 is lowest bidder. Now, our point is that there is another alternative method, which indicates true cost and is more beneficial to customer. First, please listen carefully the narration of the example, and then we shall discuss how it is beneficial to customer. In this case, we ask the contractors that customer shall provide the consumables free issue but let the contractor decide and quote what should be the upper limit. If it exceeds the upper limit provided by the contractor, then the additional cost will be recovered from running bills of contractor. The charges of additional free issue are also declared by the customer along with the tender. For example, customer has asked all bidders to quote the free issue of electrode D6013 and kilogram per metric ton of fabrication. Also, it has been declared that excess consumption shall entitle the customer to recover at the rate of rupees 3,400 per kilogram of excess electrode issued from customer. Suppose a contractor has quoted 1 kilogram per metric ton. If he issues 1.5 kilogram per metric ton, then 0.5 kilogram per metric ton multiplied by the total tonnage, that much amount in rupees shall be recovered from contractor. Now see the figures. Contractor 1 quotes 0.783 kg per metric ton, Contractor 2 quotes 0.630 kg per metric ton and Contractor 3 quotes 0.610 kg per metric ton. Now it is multiplied by 465 metric ton fabrication quantity and rupees 3,400 to get the value of electrode each contractor quoted. The value comes rupees 12.38 lakh for Contractor 1, rupees 9.96 lakh for Contractor 2, and rupees 9.64 lakh for Contractor 3. Similarly, value of free issue for LPG, oxygen, power supply and scrap generation is found out from the figure they quoted. Here lowest bidder becomes Contractor 3. Now, see the total value in this case comes lowest for Contractor 2. Earlier case Contractor 1 and Contractor 3 were the lowest bidder. Of course the first methodology was also correct, because the consumables were in the scope of contractor. Now let us come to point. What are the advantages of later case? We don't deny that first methodology was not wrong. But our point is that the second methodology is also correct and has more advantages as compared to the first one. What are they? Number 1. If the consumption is below the declared figure, then the cost saved goes to the customer's pocket, not the contractor's pocket. Do you notice? The savings belongs to customer and not the contractor. In first case, the savings were also going to contractor, and of course the last two was borne by the contractor. This is the major advantage here. In this case, customer is benefited if the free issue consumables are saved. What are other advantages? Number 2, the quality of electrodes is controlled by customer. No botheration of checking regularly whether the contractor use branded electrodes or not. If the contractor is operating below the norms, then they will not try to do poor welding to save electrodes. Because, savings will not be their revenue. In first case, always some contractors try to do lower quality welding to save electrodes. Number 3, if the consumption is above the declared figure, then the contractor will bear the cost as per agreement. Customer will recover the excess issued items. Please notice, customer is benefited in this case also. If consumption is below the quoted norms, it is the benefit of customer, and if it is above the norms, then also it is the benefit of customer. Last point here it is, how the tender is fair. Number 4, during the tender stage, the contractor is given free hand to calculate the consumption and quote. Figure is not binding by the customer. If it exceeds, contractor will have no voice about it, because they have quoted it. If contractor quotes too much pessimistic figure, then they will be out of the competition, because it will shoot up their overall quoted tender value. If they are out of the competition, it is the contractor who is responsible, but if the contractor achieves their target, the benefit is enjoyed by customer. Hope we are clear on our views. Thank you.